Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone coming in this evening on the CFORTH call. I want to welcome you from wherever you're calling in from. To all the new members that are here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure after tonight you're going to get a lot of information. You're going to hear a lot of information. Get back to the person that invited you so you can get all your questions answered. To all of the affiliates and premier members, I want to welcome each and every one of you. Tonight we got lots of great stuff going to happen. You got the founder himself going to be on, and I'm going to be on with him sharing information to you. But tonight, we're going to start a little bit different, and I'm going to have David go ahead and, as I call on you, he's going to open it up for you to come share a little bit. One thing you're going to hear, you've been hearing all the excitement about the products of Acai, you've been hearing about the products of Blaze, you've been hearing about the products of the perfect food for the perfect body. Well, I'm going to have a few folks come on and share what this has been doing for them. But I do want to welcome all the new members from Canada, Aruba, India, uh, Dominican Republic. It's been really exciting. Mexico, we got people coming on from all over the world now. This is just the tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen. If we start the fire, we're going to create a blazing inferno. The question is, are you going to be sitting at the bottom of the fire and watch it blaze, or are you going to help create that blaze? This blazing inferno is going to start a visual and viral effect that's going to ripple around the world. Remember, you throw a pebble in a pond, it creates a ripple effect. No matter where you are, who you are, where you think somebody may or may not have interest in this, this is something that can happen all over the world. So with that being said, make sure, take good notes, get a pen and a paper, jot down your questions, get back to the person who invited you. We're going to have open source and open questioning at the end, but I'm super, super excited to have a few stories just coming out from the field. The first one I'm going to call on is actually down in Dominican Republic. Him and his wife are very, very good friends of mine. They're actually from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. They've decided to leave that country and they resided now in Dominican Republic. They've been on the product for just about 90 days, but it's amazing to see what Acai and PFTB is doing for them. And I'm humbled, honored, loved calling out and calling them on to share their story. And that's Mr. Wade and Tracy Rosella. Wade and Tracy, can you come on?
Okay, I hit the unmute. Can you could hear me, but my camera doesn't show, so I don't know if you can see me.
Hear you perfect.
Okay, my camera's not working. You gotta love technology, people. Okay.
You go on and just share your story.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. So my name is Wade Rosella, and I'm with my wife here.
Hello, hola.
Tracy has a few things she'd like to say, and she's been a rock of my life, and she's definitely been part of our journey through the years. Go ahead, Tracy. Say, you've been using the product, and go ahead and give everybody your thoughts.
I have always been an incredibly active human being my entire life. I'm a big workout fanatic, and I find with the acai that it really promotes joint health for me, as I am going to be, shush, everybody quiet, 56 in July, and 56 years young. And it helps with my inflammation, it helps with my joints, my collagen, my soft tissue, my ligaments. It just really helps me recoup and recover from all my workouts. Now, I'm sure that this is not for everybody would have the same result, but I find this an incredible, incredible product for that. Moving on to the perfect food for a perfect body. I cannot even begin to tell you, when you are a hard-working woman who is in perimenopause and menopause, and you're working out and you're just giving life your 150%, it truly gives your body things that you think you're feeding it, you think you're eating clean, you think you're eating properly. You cannot get the nutrition in that this product offers. And I'm telling you, the taste, I joked with Wade the other day, I said, take a little water out of it, make it a little thicker. And I said to him, because I really like the velvety texture, I like to roll it around. It is so tasty. Oh,
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 we got, okay, here we go. The video's still not there, but that's okay.
we disappeared altogether. I thought maybe I was like too graphic in the way it tastes in my mouth. No, it's just, it has this, it is a true vanilla, not like any other shake I've ever been on. And trust me, I have tried them all. This has this true vanilla bean skimmed right off. It has this undertone of chocolate meets coffee. It is a true vanilla bean. It is just a delight for your taste buds. And you're getting all the nutrition and even then some that you could ever possibly want for your body as a woman.
All right, well, there's not much. Sorry, Brian, I think I cut you off, but that's, hey, not much more I can follow up with that. But other than that, I can tell you a little bit of my story. Is I'm going to be 59 years old soon, 59 years young, and I tell you, I haven't felt as good as I've been feeling for a few decades. When I first started off, like I tried every shake. I'm not going to mention anybody else's names, but I've tried supplements you could buy from supplement stores, drug stores, you name it, from other companies that don't exist anymore. But this product, by far, for the price that you're getting, with all the nutrients you're getting for perfect food for the perfect body, for example, I've spent a lot more money on stuff that didn't work. It just didn't work. I thought it worked, but I was 305 pounds. Brian actually met me in Utah on something else a few years ago, and I made some pictures and I posted in my suit, and I told him that was my suit before. I basically can wrap that thing twice around me now. So Tracy had something
Can I
then.
interject? I took a picture of him in his old suit today, and I said, "You look like a little 5-year-old boy in your big daddy suit."
Exactly. And you know what? And the thing is, I went from 305 pounds, and guess what? I'm a believer in not having a scale in my house. I think the scale was invented by something not so good because it ruins your mindset. I never weigh myself anymore. So I'm going to guess from 305, I'm saying about 190 now, at least. And, you know, it's just amazing that, and another thing is, I was diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic back when I was 33 years old. And when I had sugar that was registered in my blood system the first time, I thought it was because of the chocolate bar I had 10 minutes ago before the blood test. I had no idea what diabetes or anything like that. But I learned out that it was a serious thing. So I got up to a point where I went up and down in weight, and my pills went from one or two to I was on 13 pills, blood pressure, cholesterol, everything like that. All those chemicals going in my body, unnatural stuff. And also went on that awful product called Ozempic. And I'm sorry to mention a name, but whatever it's out there, it's really got to be careful with this stuff. And I'm glad to say that I'm off that. Plus, I'm down to 3 pills and soon going to be off of every pill because of the great product that we have. And it's producing. It's every day my blood is sugar is being controlled, my weight's being maintained. I feel young. I sleep better. I don't have the pains and aches and all that stuff.
So
And
thank you,
and
thank you, thank you, thank you. That's amazing.
yeah, so that's about it. Like I said, between me and Tracy, we could write a novel.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Wade and Tracy Rosella from the Dominican Republic. The next person I want to call on, it's Team Impact. It'll be by Ryan Payne. He's a good friend of mine, entrepreneur, business owner out in Washington State. He's also connected to some very unusual people that he's been introducing, but I want to call on Team Impact, Ryan Payne from the state of Washington.
Thank you, Brian. Yeah, my name is Ryan Payne. Brian brought me the ICEA at the very beginning, and that was during the summer of last year. I started taking that. I knew something was special when I went down to Vegas with my wife, and in 10 days, we walked 37 miles. You know how Vegas is. You walk everywhere. You don't travel in anything. So we traveled and I had no pain in the back, no pain in the knees, the legs. And that helped me. I was 340 at that time. So came down to 327 and the new product, the perfect food for the perfect body came out. This is a game changer for everybody. For me especially, I've been on this thing. I'm not hungry. I don't feel hungry. I eat smaller meals, 2 pieces of pizza, and I'm done. Half a steak, 6-ounce steak, I'm good. And right now, I'm down to 277 because of this product. And I'm not hungry, less pain, less inflammation. I know that I've got more energy. I'm more energized, and I can hang with my 5 and 3-year-old grandchildren now. I know I have something special with this. And I've got other UFC fighters that are looking at this. One is actually on it right now, and it's a game changer. If he had this back in 95, he would have taken it. It's really helped him. I mean, he's up in his age. He's, I think, 65. And he says he's more awake, more aware, less pain. He's ready to fight now. So this has really helped me out. I mean, Mark's done something special with this product, all of his products.
Sir.
Thank you, Brian, and thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Ryan Payne from the state of Washington. And I'm going to go back out to the state of Washington, and that's to Suzanne Hardy. Her and her husband, Warren, they run decathlons. She does Ironmans and marathons. And I'm going to call on Suzanne Wong. You there, Suzanne? Got to unmute Suzanne Hardy.
She needs to unmute herself. Yeah.
Suzanne, you got to unmute yourself.
Right here. I'm here.
Okay, you're good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I am excited. We think this one for 5 months. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you perfect.
Yeah, so
Hold on just a minute. We got a little bit of an echo. Let me turn mine down. Okay, go ahead. Can you hear there?
Yep,
so it's better now. Right. So I've been doing a lot of triathlon, running, swimming, biking. So long distance endurance athlete. When I start with perfect food and perfect body, I have more energy. I can run longer, and not as sore like I used to be. And I can sometimes run faster than Warren. Just kidding. He always a faster runner. But you guys, I love this product. I studied on the ingredient this morning finally, and they said this is amazing. It would cost me $500 or more to get the same ingredients or nutrition in the body. So love it. Yeah. And Warren is my husband. He can share a little bit.
Oh, Brian and guys, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there you go. I'm an old decathlete. I'm the one that does the decathlons. She does the Ironman and the marathons. I was a decathlete in another country in the Middle East, in Israel, and was the top of my game. I also played soccer for the team in Haifa, Maccabi Haifa. And since I've been here in the States, and another thing that has, when we got back from Israel, sailing around the world, we, my family and 4 brothers and I and my mom and dad, one thing that I found that I really liked doing was bicycling, and I got into bicycling as well, and I still do that at 68. I'm not racing as much as I used to, but I'm an old bicyclist that likes to race and very competitive. And I can tell you that I like to be competitive. And as you know, Brian, I like to arm wrestle.
I know.
You know, I take guys big like Brian, and I want to encourage them to come to church. One of the things that I like to do is see people's lives change. So here I am. You know, I try to do what I can to to talk to people, to pray for them if necessary. But when you got a product as good as CFORTH, that is where I'm on board and wanting to share. I'm not. I would not say that I'm on in this program because that's all. This is what I want to do for my life. I don't need to work, and I've retired early. But it is a good product, and not only do I want to take care or see about whatever I can do to be the avenue for helping people spiritually, but also physically. And so that's what I got to say about CFORTH is it's really great. And when I do have the aches and pains sometimes because of what I still do, and Suzanne, by the way, no way can keep up with me, but I just had to throw that in there because she's not here right next to me and said, "Oh, you can't say that." But anyhow, love you guys, love the product, and God bless.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that was Suzanne and Warren Hardy from
Washington State. Also,
awesome. And now I get the privilege and honor to introduce our founder, who's from Calabasas, California, Mr. Mark CFORTH. Mark, are you there?
I certainly am.
Take
Good
it away.
evening, everyone. So, we're always talking about the business and stuff and how it all works and how the income is made. We just thought it'd be nice for a change to come sometimes just back and realize that without these products, nothing really good happens. I mean, you got to have great products to have a great business, and we've got that. And I always kid about the PFEB, but I'm always, it seems like every time I'm doing one of these calls, I try to drink one right before the call because it just gives me a real huge burst of energy, which lasts for about 5 or 6 hours. So again, it starts with the products, but obviously we've got a great opportunity here. And so tonight, since you've already heard enough about the products, I'm going to talk about this opportunity that's coming our way for everybody. And of course, that's ONEMARKETPLACE. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how that's really going to benefit even your growth at CFORTH. Because right now, as everybody understands, in order to get a position in ONEMARKETPLACE, because it won't launch until the end of June, the only way you can get that position, and the same thing even with the start of what we call community pods, to start building your own community pods, you have to be in CFORTH. And you have to either be in CFORTH as an affiliate or as a premier member. Worst case, everybody that you talk to should be coming in here as an affiliate. But obviously, the benefit for anybody right now is if you come in as a premier member, then you've got all those affiliates that come in. So what we'll do at the end of this period, when we start putting everybody into these rings, which we're going to go through that in just a minute, is it's going to be based on your timestamps. And so again, the higher the level of rank that you have in CFORTH, the higher you're going to be placed. Those who are founders, 800 club members, the higher they're going to be placed. But the key is not just the placement. Placement's wonderful. But if you really understand what this is all about, what's really important? How many pods? How many pods are you going to start? And all you have to do to start a pod, which is so unique and so different than what we do at CFORTH and where it's more network marketing, because it's based on the community and community pods, the only thing you do is put in a smart shopper. So with that, let's jump in. Let me give you an overview a little bit. I'm just going to hit some highlight points tonight because it was a little longer with all the testimonials, which, by the way, I love to listen to because, again, without that, we've got nothing, ladies and gentlemen, because it starts with that. But let's take a little look at this. I'm going to share my screen here. And we're going to go into this. Let's see. And I just want to make sure, let me get that thing to go away. There we go. Okay. Start with Brian. Can you see my screen? Dave, everybody can see my screen, right?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, good. Good starting point then. So we're going to just go through a couple of the highlight areas of ONEMARKETPLACE. One more note as we get ready to do this. The clock is ticking. You saw that in the emails. You're seeing it. If you go to the website now, you see the clock that's ticking down. What is that for? That's for anybody that has ever been in CFORTH. If they want their original timestamp back, and boy, if they don't get this, that's why you need to make sure any person you ever had in CFORTH that they see this video. Because if they understand the positioning is so critical to what we're getting ready to do, and this is going to be a company because of how simple it is and how easy it's going to be to attract people to it. it's going to go viral. And positioning is everything. It really is. Where your pod sits is everything. So those people have 2 more weeks, a little, actually less than that now. I think we're down to what, 13 days left in the month? Because as of March 31st, those timestamps go away forever. Doesn't mean they can't still come back, but they start, from that point. So a lot of your old people, if you're on this call tonight and you've got people who have gone inactive or have left, I mean, it all happens in every business, right? You need to tell them, hey, come back. And remember, when they do come back, what have they just done? They've started one of your pods for you. So let's jump in here. Let's just kind of hit some of the highlights tonight. And because, again, we've been doing this, but again, I just want to keep doing it because I want everybody to start getting how big this is going to be and how different that is. And so we're going to start here with cost to join. And the only thing I'm going to mention there is if you haven't figured it out yet, there is no cost to join. You are literally paid to join. I mean, think about that. Have you ever seen a company where you're literally paid to join? Because every month when somebody spends $15 a month on their monthly membership, they're going to get $30 in hotel credit. That's 30. That's 1 for 1. So every month, so you're spending 15, you're getting back 30. You're also qualified for the do nothing, but just because of your position, you can actually earn up to $100 a month for life. Just because of your position, you will get the half ounce of silver, and that's based on certain platform activity, which is very easy for anybody to reach once you're actually in the business and growing. Obviously, you have the private access to ONEMARKETPLACE where we're going to have all types of name brand products, all types of special curated products, but all at great pricing. And of course, the most important thing is you can build as many pods as you like. And that's where the magic happens for everybody. So let's kind of get into this a little bit tonight. I want to make sure everybody starts to get a real grasp of what's going on right now. I added a couple numbers in here for you because I wanted you to look at this from your perspective. Look at this as if you're the red guy, right? You're the person that came in at that point and you claimed a position in this global pod that's going to be worldwide, right? Well, once you're in that position, that's your do nothing bud. That means if you just want to sit there and do nothing because of the way you just think these rings keep growing and growing and growing, you eventually can earn $100 a month without ever starting a pod. But kind of silly, kind of I say a loser's mentality, but that's kind of what it is to me. Now, the other side of this is every time you put in one smart shopper, and that's what you see happen here with P1, and the reason they're numbered is that's pod 1. In other words, that's the closest to the center of the ring, right? So you put that person in. And then the next one is P2, wherever it fell. It's the third or fourth ring out. And it keeps, obviously, as the rings get filled more and more, then the pods start from a higher and higher point out, right? So in this example, we've got you with 8 pods. And remember, every pod, as it starts to get engulfed, represents a total of 2,047 shoppers that you're going to be paid on every month for life, not just on what they shop, but also on the monthly memberships. So you get commissions on that too. So you can see how this is going to start to happen. And by the way, this is the exciting part as you look at this. What do you think's already happened? I mean, the question mark, well, will this work? Can this actually work, this connective marketing concept of community and such? And I get compensated as my pods fill, even though I have nothing to do with these people. I didn't bring them in. I don't know who they are. I don't know where they came from. I don't know what country they came from. Well, look at what's already happened. Right now, I suspect that we're probably about 9 to 10 rings out right now with just the people that are sitting in CFORTH right now. It could be 10 rings out. They're already going to, and this is right now. We're still in what? Well, we're halfway through March. I don't know what's going to happen between March and when this thing actually launches. But my point is, it's already being done. Those things are, so people that are starting pods right now, like a lot of you, because you came in this company a long time ago, and you have people that came in a long time ago that you brought in, are the start of your pods, right? So everybody that you personally enrolled into CFORTH is one of your pods right now. And they're probably sitting very close to the very beginning. So what does that mean starting to happen already? Your pods from the people that you have are already starting to fill. And here's the part that gets a little interesting about this. And I hope so. And that's why I'm spending a little more extra time on this today.
So I have a question for you, Mark, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what you're sharing with everybody right now, just for clarity, is If they have one person in the system in CFORTH, 5 people in CFORTH, 10 people in CFORTH, 20, 30, 50, 100, they already got pods starting in ONEMARKETPLACE. Am I hearing that correctly?
That's
Okay.
exactly. So let's say somebody hasn't put in 50 people per, and we've got people that have done that. They got 50 pods started already. 50 started already. Somebody's only put in 2 or 3, got a couple of pods started. But here's the point. How many do you want for yourself between now and launch date? Because you realize as you start to look at this, the rings are filling and filling and filling. But what's interesting, and that's what I was going to say, is let's take, for example, if you took the first ring is what, 2 people. That's all it is, 2 smart shoppers. Then it's 4, then 8, then 16, as you can see there. And it's showing you sitting there in this example, you're on what, the 3rd ring out. So there's 8 smart shoppers in that ring, and you're one of them, okay? But now it just keeps filling. Now, what's interesting, if you look at this, every ring only takes what to fill the next ring? Two, right? No, it's just doubling. It's just doubling. So think about what happens with this. If you're, say, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4 rings out, which is 16 smart shoppers, for the next ring to fill, what is actually happening? You've got 16 smart shoppers that are only getting two each to fill the next ring. What happens if they get 3 or 4 or 5? You're filling rings even faster. Oh, by the way, what happens when the people that are sitting on the first ring or second or third ring, keep putting in smart shoppers? It's filling faster. In other words, what really happens here, this is the cool part. As the rings get bigger and bigger and they fill higher and higher, you've actually got more people helping to fill the next ring, because at 4,096, that next ring is going to be over 8,000 smart shoppers. But those 4,000 people, each putting in 2, fill that next ring. But what about the people sitting on the ring before, the 2,048? What if they're still putting in smart shoppers? What if you got people, instead of putting in 2, is putting in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, literally hundreds even.
So, Mark, again, back to that same question. If all of us are doing that, we're creating the velocity, and the velocity of this moving creates momentum that's way beyond the magnitude that any of us can comprehend right now.
Yeah. And the beauty of this, and that's what this slide is so important for everybody to kind of, to really resonate with. It's not you building those pods, like those 8 pods we're showing here that you own. It's everybody. For example, we're getting ready to open Mexico. Got people in Mexico. As the people start building in Mexico, they're going to be filling your pods. The people that we just talked about in the Dominican, they're going to be filling your pod. People are going to be talking about it in all these countries all over the world, because, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be global. This will be global. It's not just the United States doing it. We're starting with the United States primarily, but even with the United States, you can imagine what can happen. And the beauty of this, which is so different than networking, is you don't do anything once you got these pods in, because you don't know who those people are. You don't care. But you get 100% of those pods when you put in that first smart shopper. So what does it mean for everybody? And again, let me move on then. Obviously, what it means is all you're really looking at is how many smart shoppers. I mean, how many do you want? And the reason you want as many pods as you can get is from your smart shoppers. Is look what each pod is. Each pod represents 242,047 smart shoppers, right? And what kind of money do you make off that? And these are conservative numbers. Now think about each pod, and you can have 100 if you want. You can have. I think there's going to be people that'll go out and they'll put 1,000 pods in, because they're going to understand this and understand how important it is. But there's a more important lesson I'm going to share with you guys before I finish tonight. But backing up, look at the pod. So you're talking about anywhere from 65 cents to $2 per smart shopper, and that's based on the membership. But by the way, the 65-cent membership is what we call our smart shoppers. Ladies and gentlemen, when we launch, not now, there will be a Smart Shopper Pro. And because of all the incentives, most people will gravitate to that Smart Shopper Pro, which means your income is going to go up tremendously here, because you're going to be making more per member. And guess what? That Smart Shopper Pro, there's only one place. And I'm sharing something new with you tonight, so pay attention. That's why Brian said, get out your paper and pad. Don't lose. There's only one place you'll ever be able to get the Smart Shopper Pro, and it's in CFORTH. So think about what's going to happen there. So when a person gets that Smart Shopper Pro in CFORTH, it's going to increase their membership they're making from all their members in ONEMARKETPLACE, but they're also going to get paid in CFORTH. Because one of the reasons these two sister companies are going to work so well together. And I digress a little bit, but I just think there's just so much to know here, is that one is going to benefit the other. I believe one marketplace is going to put millions and millions of people in.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
also believe 20 to 30% of the people that join one marketplace will gravitate to CFORTH because they're going to want to be a Smart Shopper Pro. And guess what the difference is? Now think about this. Yeah, this is so cool when you think about it. In one marketplace, you don't own an organization, right? You don't build it. You don't know the people. You don't care. You just get paid by the number of Smart Shopper. But in CFORTH, what happens is you own a genealogy. So think about yourself, for example. Let's say you put in 10 Smart Shopper Pros, 10 Smart Shoppers into one marketplace. Well, you started 10 pods. Great. You're going to be set for life. But guess what? You've now got, on the CFORTH side, a genealogy of 10 personals. And whatever those 10 personals do, they're tied to you. They're not tied to you in connected marketing, but they're tied to you over in CFORTH. If you start to understand the dynamics of what's going to happen here, what it means is you're going to be building two huge genealogy. One that's network marketing is tied to you, right? It's tied to you. It's based on the people you put in, the people they put in, and they put in. That's all tied to you. And then over here on connective side, it's the community building it, and you're just getting paid for the number of shoppers you put in. So this is going to be a dynamic. And when people start getting this, by the way, when this word gets out, and it's going to get out, you're going to find that anybody that's in a network marketing company, I don't care what company they're in right now, is going to jump into one marketplace. They're not going to leave their company, and they should, because they don't have. But this does not compete with what they're doing, because it's really just the opposite of network marketing. But it's beautiful, and it's something that everybody can do. So you're going to see massive, massive growth starting to happen, again, from people joining one marketplace. Now, this is the shopping side of it. Again, this is based on $70 a shop, and that's $6,000 a month from one pod. So looking at one pod as it fills, you're looking at an income probably of over $10,000 a month, probably more, because we think people are going to be shopping a lot more.
Wait a minute. 10,000 a month. And you just said we could have 1, 5, 10, 20, 50. So 100 people, if somebody sponsored 100 people. Are you telling me that's $1 million a month?
Yeah, of course. But
Okay,
who said you can't do that? Yeah. And you can. And who wouldn't? As a matter of fact, I think what you're going to get tonight, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on this call, one of the things I hope comes out of this is you're going to start really realizing the sense of urgency. Now, not tomorrow, not a month from now, because remember, as I showed you before, this and this, you'll never know, train of 8, train of more. But let me go back, because this is so important. I want to show you this again, because this is everything. What you're going to start to realize is your opportunity to have as many pods as you want, as close to the beginning, can only happen when?
First time.
Yeah, one time. It's now. Not a month from now. The people that actually get this and engage and go to work, and I'm going to show you some things that are going to go say, you know what? Maybe you don't want more than 10 pods, okay? But I think a lot of people are going to say, oh my gosh, I can get 25, get 50. This is too easy. Because remember, people are paid to join. We're paying them to join. And by the way, when you look at the whole thing, we're actually paying them to shop too. So that's kind of a cool message. But you only got one chance to be in these first rings and to have as many pods as you want. So wouldn't you want to have all your pods filled up early on in life? In the next year, have all your pods. Well, how do you do that? Well, you put in Smart Shoppers now, how do you put in a Smart Shopper? They sign up at CFORTH. He's an affiliate or premium member. So again, guys, I'm not going to go through all this, but all it gets down to is this one slide that you see in the video. It's just, you have to decide for yourself, how many pods do you want? That's the whole business model here, ladies and gentlemen. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to teach them how to use the product. You don't need to teach them how to build it. They don't have to do it. All you got to do is share the video. That's it. You share the video and you sign up as many Smart Shoppers as you can. And if you do that, you are setting yourself. I actually believe the people that engage and work hard during this next 6 months are setting themselves up for life. I liken this, and I know this sounds crazy, and I'm not going to go through this. I'll do this another day. I'll come back to this about the way we incentivize people to get more and more community pods, because they make more and more money from each pod. They also get less and less smart dollars, so they got more cash. I'll go through all that. But what I really wanted to leave you with tonight is this. And hold on, let me stop. I'm going to stop sharing here. If I can, okay, let me do this because this is the kind of the most important thing for everybody is that I liken what we're getting ready to do here with connective marketing and One Marketplace to people that bought Bitcoin when it first started. Can you imagine if you're one of the people that went out when, you know, this whole world of crypto started and you acquired a bunch of Bitcoins and you kept them?
And you got
You
them at
know,
pennies.
huh?
And they got them at pennies when they did.
Pennies. And you know what? Probably everybody on this call had the opportunity to do that, including me. And
Me too.
I didn't do it. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. I said, that's never going to happen. Come on. Now I'm buying Bitcoin at 90 some $1,000 a coin. I could have bought it back then for a penny a coin and be one of the richest people on the planet. So my point is, guys, you've got what we're getting ready to do here. The world's never seen this, right? It has never existed before at any point in time. Nothing like what we're launching with One Marketplace. I am telling you right now, the world is going to come to this because this is going to be the future of shopping, because it's going to be simple and this is going to appeal to people from every age group. I don't care if you're 18 years old to 100 years old, you're going to be able to do this. And so what's going to happen is these rings are going to start to fill, and we're going to open country after country. And by the way, this is another announcement. I don't want to, get anybody too worried, but this is not open forever. As a matter of fact, when I created this, the intent was always to have a finite number of pods and it would stop. I haven't set that number yet, but before we launch, based on what our growth is, I'm going to set the number of pods we're going to allow. Because after that, the only way somebody can come in is to get less rings for each pod until eventually there is no pods and people can just come in on a one level referral type deal for shopping. But guess what? At that point in time, everybody on this call is retired. You're done. Your pods are filled. You'll never work again, and your life has changed forever. And I think that's I feel like that's the cool thing that's happening for everybody here on this call. You deserve this opportunity because you're here. You stuck with us through all the things we've been through, the good, the bad, and it's just, you just hung in there. And now we can make this a reality. And we're going to bless both companies, both CFORTH and One Marketplace, with the way we're going to do this. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight. I got to show you a card here. Oh my gosh, I almost didn't show you. Here's a business card, ladies and gentlemen, that I just wanted you to see. Let's hit the share button here. Bring it up here. Okay. This is one that we're going to have in the back office. Everybody can get this starting in a couple days. And what it is on this front side is, are you a smart shopper? Think how easy. I mean, I'm kind of a little bit old school, and I love the new way of, using social media and everything else. Your text, your email, send out to everybody the landing page, which we've got this amazing landing page now for One Marketplace. But I also like some of the old school stuff of just handing somebody a card. And really, basically, when I hand somebody this card, it says, "Are you a smart shop?" I'm going to tell them either look at the video or throw it in the trash. I could care less. And that's kind of a cold thing to say, right? I could care less, but guess what? I'll get 100 smart shoppers. Because I know at least one out of every two I share this with is going to look at it and go, I don't know, I don't believe this, but this might be too good to be true, but I can't pass it up, so I guess I'm going to have to do it. So this card says this on the front side, and on the back side, it's your information with your QR code, so they can just grab it. And when they go look at this and they sign up as an affiliate or premium member in CFORTH, they're locked to you forever, and you got yourself your first smart shopper, your first pod. And you could probably, just with a business card, as simple as this business is, you could hand this out to 100 strangers. And if you don't have 10 to 50 pods started, I'd be shocked. I'd actually be shocked. It's just that good. And it's only going to get better as we get closer and closer, because the videos are going to get better and stronger, and the messaging and everything. But still, so those that want to have a lot of pods, suggest you either grab this card or go to your back office and grab the landing page for One Marketplace and start putting it out there, because you only have one chance to have your smart shoppers on that 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th ring, and it's gone. And it'll be gone long before we launch. So that's it. Brian, anything else before we wrap up?
I just want to say something. Ladies and gentlemen, you got a lot of information tonight, lots of excitement, lots of great tools, knowledge, information, but it's all about taking action. If you're on here for the very first time, get back to the person and invite you, take action to become a premier member and get in C4 so you're scheduled and positioned for One Marketplace. If you're somebody that's already an existing premier member or an affiliate, now's the time to go out and invite every single person you can. Create your velocity. Start the velocity as a leader. Speed of the leader, speed of the team. Create your velocity, which creates momentum. And do that yourself, duplicate that with your team members, duplicate that with the organization. And as we as a company start to create velocity, we will be absolutely unstoppable. Back over to you.
Yeah,
Hey,
and
Mark,
remember,
we have a quick question that's really important.
okay.
On your chart where you've got the 10 levels of pods, right?
Mm-hmm.
And has the percentages of shopper of smart dollars and shopper dollars, right? I mean cash and smart dollars, like 70-30%, right? 70% in cash, 30% in that. 10,000 is the maximum, and that's per pod, right?
Yeah, it's not a
You just froze for a minute there, but I think
that number.
right, but you froze for a minute, but that's per pod, right? 70 or $10,000, the maximum at that.
No, it's not a maximum. There is no maximum on each pod, because what if everybody's spending $200 shopping instead of $70 shopping?
But if I only have, say, I only have 7 pods, we have that chart, right? We have a chart that shows 7. If I have 7 pods, the maximum I can earn is $10,000, but that's per pod, right?
Okay, that's based on the number of shoppers you have. Of course, I
Right.
didn't go into that tonight. Of course not. Of course.
Right, but they wanted to know, but that's just per pod. That's not
Yeah.
$10,000 on everything.
It's very simple. Get 10 smart shoppers, and guess what? Every pod's unlimited. I don't care if the pod's making you 7,000 or 20,000 a month each pod, because a pod has no limits on it. It's just based on the amount of shopping dollar. But again, if people are spending $200 or $300 shopping because we have all these products and they got their smart dollars, and people are accumulating a lot of smart dollars and they're shopping it, which creates more commission, there's no limit on it. So you decide. Why do you think we have it at that? Because, ladies and gentlemen, what you want, don't you want every person that you bring in to go get at least 10 smart shoppers? I do. And it's so easy to do. Why wouldn't they? It's not like they got to come in and be, I got to learn how to do this business. I got to train. I got to motivate. I got to teach. I got to do meeting. No, you send out the video, you hand them a card, yes or no, don't care, move on. That's how easy it is. I won't make it any more complicated than that. If somebody wants to come back and say, I'm interested, but I got some questions, great. Love to answer your question. I'm glad to. But I don't need to convince anybody to do this. If you can't see it, don't do it. That's it. It's really that easy. And I want to keep it that way for me, because I don't want to, again, if somebody's interested, whatever you ask, but I'm not going to, if somebody just wants to talk to me, well, maybe I don't like it. You know what? It's not for you. Throw the card away. Move on, because I don't care. Because this is, ladies and gentlemen, keep it simple. Keep it easy. Just send out the videos. Use the card to, get as many hands and hands. It's just exposure is all this is. And I wanted to leave one last thing, which is very important, Brian and Dave, for tonight. What happens to the people, by the way, that when you give them the video and they sign up right now into CFORTH, it's not like they're waiting until this thing launches in July to start making money. The moment they become either affiliate or premier in CFORTH, they start earning income from day one. But it's under the business model of CFORTH. But they're still earning income from all their affiliates, from all their premiers, from all the subscriptions, from all the shopping. They're still earning while they're still holding that position and putting in smart shoppers to be positioned when One Marketplace launches. So it's not like you're going to sit back and say, I got to wait. Nobody's waiting. Everybody's going to be earning now. It's just that they're earning from the one model of CFORTH, where when we launch One Marketplace, they got both models. Okay. Enough said. That's a lot to cover. I get what I'll do next week, Dave, since that was brought up. I'll go into that in a little more detail, make sure everybody understands it, because that is, to me, one of the most important slides to show you how everybody's incentivized to keep going. Keep going. Anything else, Dave?
We're good. Thank you.
We're good? Okay, everybody. Go start getting your smart shoppers. All right. See you, everybody. Good night.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
See you, Brian. See you, Dave.
Bye-bye.